Obviously,
Good morning.
we have this tit for tat now, I guess, with Greg Abbott looking to add 5 seats. Now Gavin Newsom said he'll do the same thing in California. Is it that simple in California? Is it simple as Gavin Newsom wants to redistrict, so they'll do it?
Well, it's one party rule, and this is what you get when you have a very elite, out of touch with the voters, legislators, but they control all the political levers in California. So this is allegedly about redistricting. We call it Gavin-mandering, and it's about fixing and rigging the maps so that basically it helps Gavin Newsom launch his anti-Trump presidential campaign. That's really what this is about. But yes, it's that easy, sadly.
There is an election involved in this in terms of putting the redistricting on a ballot in November. Is that right?
Correct. It will have to go to the ballot. What's interesting is that right now, the California legislature is on vacation, summer recess. They come back on Monday, and then within 5 days, suddenly, they are supposed to produce maps. This is sort of the ultimate, like an immaculate conception of redistricting, where within 5 days, no public hearings, no visibility, they're suddenly going to produce maps. All of this is already being penciled in backroom meetings controlled by Gavin Newsom and his cronies.
So, is Gavin Newsom trying to fix California's elections or rig the whole game? Because this $250 million redistricting overhaul isn't just expensive, it's explosive. We're talking about a move that can flip the balance of power in Congress, redraw political maps, and silence voter-approved safeguards. If you think this is just another boring policy change, think again. This is the kind of maneuver that reshapes elections for generations. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're breaking down Governor Gavin Newsom's push to eliminate California's Independent Redistricting Commission and replace it with maps drawn by Democratic lawmakers. The price tag? A staggering $250 million. The timing? Just ahead of the 2026 midterms. And the stakes? Nothing short of reshaping the political map of the most populous state in America.
Governor Gavin Newsom says today is Liberation Day, vowing to redraw California's congressional map to fight back against President Trump and the GOP push to redistrict Texas.
This isn't just about California. It's about how one state's decision could ripple across the entire country, influencing national elections and setting up a precedent for future power plays. Now, what's changing here? Gavin Newsom wants voters to approve a constitutional amendment this November that would scrap our independent commission, the same one California's voted to create to prevent gerrymandering. Instead, redistricting power would shift back to the legislature, where Democrats hold a supermajority. That means the very people who benefit from the new maps would be the ones redrawing them. It's like letting the players rewrite the rules of the game mid-season.
You know, real quick, I know places like Orange County have had a tremendous shift over the last maybe 10 years. We have, like, Darrell Issa now is in a different district than he represented for a long time. Is there any areas that would be a big pushback that they might be surprised? Hey, we thought we turned this blue, but it actually is a GOP candidate that wins.
Well, anything can happen, of course,
Yeah.
but it comes down to a political machine. It comes down to muscle and money. And Gavin Newsom, make no doubt about it, this is his vanity launch. He is running for president on the taxpayer dime, trying to jig up the maps, basically. So let's see what happens. Many of us will go out and oppose this, but it all comes down to the role of the media. How is this depicted? And basically, we've already seen with ballot harvesting, mail-in ballots, phony elections already. Basically, the nation is seeing what happens under the so-called party of democracy when all the rules are thrown out and redrawn in order to basically boost the presidential aspirations of an egomaniac leading California.
Yeah, well, Texas is going for 5 Republican seats. It looks like California is going to be going for 5 Democrat seats to negate what Texas is doing. The map hasn't been released yet, so we will be watching to see what happens when it does.
The independent commission was designed to keep things fair, but Gavin Newsom's plan would put that fairness on the chopping block. You may ask, why now? because states like Texas and Florida have aggressively redrawn their maps to favor Republicans. And Gavin Newsom's plan is a counterstrike aimed at adding 5 or more Democratic-leaning seats in California to offset GOP gains nationwide. It's a political chess move, and Gavin Newsom's not hiding it. He's playing offense, and he's betting that California's deep blue base will back him. But this isn't just about winning seats. It's about controlling the narrative, shaping future legislation, and building leverage for a potential presidential run. But here's the catch. It will cost taxpayers $250 million to run the special election and implement the new maps. Critics are calling it a power grab, arguing that it undermines voter-approved reforms and opens the door to partisan manipulation. Polls show that most Californians still support the independent commission, so Gavin Newsom's gamble could backfire hard. And with inflation, housing costs, and public services already under pressure, many voters are asking, is this really where we should be spending hundreds of millions? This isn't just about maps. It's about momentum. Gavin Newsom is widely rumored to be eyeing a 2028 presidential run, and this move could give him national leverage. But if voters reject the plan, it could damage his credibility and fracture his base. The redistricting fight is becoming a litmus test for Gavin Newsom's leadership style. Bold, aggressive, and unapologetically partisan. Now, if he wins, he'll be seen as a strategic powerhouse. Yet if he loses, it could be a major setback that haunts his national ambitions. Now, why it matter? Well, if you don't live in California, this matters. Because if one state rewrites the rules, others might follow. Redistricting decides who gets elected and who gets heard and who gets left behind. Whether you're 15 or 50, this is how power moves. And when politicians start drawing their own maps, you better believe they're drawing them to win and not to be fair. This is about representation, voice, and whether voters still have a say in how democracy works. If you care about elections, this is your wake-up call. So what do you think? Is this smart strategy or political theater? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you want more breakdowns like this, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're just getting started. This channel is about cutting through the noise, exposing the mechanics behind political moves, and giving you the tools to think critically, whether it's Gavin Newsom, Adam Schiff, or anyone else. If they're playing games with power, we're calling it out.